Guys, I don't think they were talking to women who are actually celibate. The tagline of these Bumble ads that everyone is mad at is "We change so you don't have to," implying that they're talking to someone who's been on the apps, not finding what they're looking for, and decided, you know what, I'm just giving up altogether, but doesn't really want to, does want to find someone. They're saying, look, we've reconstructed our platform so that you can do that. Now, whether or not Bumble has actually changed in any meaningful way remains to be seen, but I don't think that they were coming for your personal decision to not hook up with men. And I say men because every critique I've seen has been assuming that the relationship is heterosexual and that the targets are heterosexual women. Although I will say that queer women can and do use Bumble. This was obviously very poorly conceived of and poorly executed by their marketing team, if so many people missed the point they were trying to make. But I do think that the outrage to this is slightly ratcheted up by the fact that we're on TikTok. And if one person makes a video that may have excellent points and it gets a ton of likes, everyone else is going to make their video because they want to get the same likes, want to get the same traction, even if they're not as upset about it as they are claiming to be. I just feel a little crazy because I literally was celibate and I'm not as mad as everyone else seems to be. I think if I had seen this, I would have literally been like, oh, shut up, and kept it moving. But the outrage machine demands constant content.
Bro, it's so hard dating as a nurse. As a grown-ass man, why are you calling me big money? And why are you asking me if I can take care of you, baby? I don't even take care of myself. Clock you in before I clock you out.
Do y'all ever wonder why people lie so much? And they lie about the stupidest shit. Literally, sometimes you don't even ask a question, but they just come out and tell you a lie for absolutely no reason. We don't need to be lied to. Honestly. I don't care if you're broke living in your car. Eventually that shit's gonna come out. So, what's the point? How are you gonna keep up with that lie? Why do you keep lying about shit that we don't care about? If we ask you a question, just tell the truth. If you don't want to answer it, then just say so. I don't want to answer that. I don't think that's any of your business. I really don't care to tell you. But don't lie. I mean, my shit is out there. I'm on social media. I tell my whole history and background. Everybody knows why I'm single. Everybody knows that I haven't dated because this dating pool in my 40s is so shitty. But everybody that I've ever encountered in one way or another lies. And then they want to gaslight me and be like, oh, you crazy because you went and did some research. Because I looked up your phone number? Because I looked up your phone number and it pulled up all of your information? There is nothing wrong with that. You want to go search me? Go for it. You have a question? I'll tell you the truth. But I am so tired of being lied to about dumb shit that I don't even care about. Because it just shows the kind of a person that you are. Now, if I have to make some shit up about me to impress you, that means that I don't care about me. That means that I'm going to do whatever I can to be with you regardless of what it does to me. And I don't want to be in that kind of a relationship. So stop lying. Be honest with yourself about who you are. You don't have to be honest with me about anything. You don't have to tell me anything. But if you're not going to be honest with me, then just stay away. Because I'll tell you what, me and my team are private investigators. We go in on the investigations. And we will always find out the truth. And that's usually not the way it starts out. But then you get that gut feeling when you're talking to somebody that they're lying. And so it makes you want to go down a rabbit hole. And that's where it all begins. Because if I think that you're lying, then I'm going to go do some research. Usually you can catch the vibe right away. Because people that lie don't do it very well. Not to mention, I spent a lot of time in the streets and in prison. So liars are very obvious to me. And you know what else goes a long way? If you do tell a lie and you come back and say, you know what? That wasn't entirely true. I was a little bit of the story, but that wasn't the whole story. And here's the truth. That goes a long way too. That's called integrity. It's called humility, when you can look at yourself and you can admit to making a mistake and hold yourself accountable and be honest about that shit. For some reason, people these days have a really hard time doing that. But luckily, my God is greater than any man on this earth. He will always tell me the truth. And anytime I pray about it, my spiritual connection with God will always outweigh the lies that you tell me. And so, regardless of whether I do my research or not, the truth will always come out.
I don't go out a lot. I don't go to parties a lot or whatever. That's just 'cause
I don't go out a lot. I don't go to parties a lot or whatever. That's just, I don't go out a lot. Like, I don't go to parties a lot or whatever. I don't go out a lot. Like, I don't go to parties a lot or whatever.
All right, so one thing that I am still surprised at how difficult it is after being single from years in a relationship is every time I get off a flight, get off a plane and I land, you really have no one to call. And that is probably the most surprisingly difficult thing that I still deal with a year later. And it's not to call that person, it's just to call someone to tell them that you landed.
Whoever has my voodoo doll either needs to kiss it on the forehead or yeet it off a cliff. Make up your mind, because I'm getting tired of this shit.
Honestly, let me go ahead and start off by saying that I am so annoyed and I'm so over the dating stage. Or just like, I'm so over dating, I guess I should say. I am way too grown to be playing games. I am 30 years old. What do I look like beating around the bush or having to guess? Like, oh, what do you want? Like, what are you looking for? If all you want to do is hook up, say that. And if I choose to, I will do it because I can, because I'm grown. And if I don't, it's all fine. No hard feelings. You can go on to the next. Trust me, somebody might be wanting the same thing you want. But do not sit here and lead me on and love on me just so you can get what you want and then just be ghost. That's not what we're going to do here, baby. Grow up and let it be known exactly what you want. It's not that freaking hard.
Dating boys is wild because they'll lie to you and then get mad at you for having trust issues after. They'll like provocative pictures of women, but God forbid that you post a picture you like of yourself wearing more clothes than the girls that they're liking, and you're the one asking for attention. My favorite part is when they tell me that my life revolves around social media just because it bothers me that you're still following women you used to have a past with. But aren't you the first one to like all these girls' pictures? Aren't you the first one to watch my stories? You're literally the first like whenever I post something. If my life revolves around social media and yours apparently doesn't, why are you always on it?
You know, I'm really loving this walk. I think I'm finally ready for something serious. Honestly, you're just different. Would you want to come to my friend's wedding with me?
How about nights inside?
Oh, you already know. Sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope you don't take it wrong. You should leave a toothbrush at my place. I've never had someone make me laugh this much.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying. A little prayer for one more day. I'm still here, it's your world, and I'm just in it. Ain't no other way to spend. And I know you won't find us a things, asking me about settling down.
It's crazy how you go from I miss my man who's not my man to another day of no contact. It sucks. It really does suck. I'm not gonna lie. But let this be a reminder that you have to stand tall. Stand tall, keep unblocked, protect your peace. And it's okay to still miss them, but it's also okay to accept the fact that they're not for you. It is what it is, you know?
Looking for the Romeo to your Juliet? Probably not, because we value communication these days. Either way, if you're single and creative and in Manchester, you should come to my speed dating for creatives. The link is in the comment.
But we're knee deep in the passenger seat and you're eating me out as a casual.
It really does suck when you put a bunch of time and effort into making things work with someone, and at the end of the day, you're the one that has to end things with them. Like, it really does fucking suck. And like this morning, I woke up a little bit sad. I'm not gonna lie. On Friday, I was pissed off. Clearly, I posted a video of myself fucking crying. I do not regret that, by the way. But today I'm like a little sad because I thought about it like that. I'm like, damn, I really like wanted things to work with this one person, but at the end of the day, they weren't gonna give me what I wanted. Like, and I put what I wanted aside for that person for so many months that it's just like, it was too long. It was too long. Everyone in my family, all my friends, why are you doing this to yourself? And I really couldn't explain it. Like, I was literally down bad. Like, I was down bad, guys. Like, There's no other reason than that. I'm sad, but I'm also realizing like I had to do it for myself, and in that sense you do have to be selfish in the dating world, because you have to think of yourself first. Like if that person's not giving you what you want or really making you happy how you want to be happy, then sometimes you gotta cut the ends loose.
I want to know what a man is doing with his dick when she's not, because she's worried about this is her only concern. For the most part, this is her only value.
Right.
She can't cook, she can't sew, she can't balance a budget, she can't control the deficit of the household to make sure the credit good. So her only value is calming and making you calm. So she have to wonder where your dick is going. Because that other woman might could cook over there. That other woman might get your credit clean with that good dick. So that's her only value. So most women worry about a nigga with what he's doing with his dick, but they're not worried about being better women. They're going through his phone, but they're not researching no goals.
Right.
They don't have any aspirations other than where you been, what you doing.
Right.
Oh Lord. Well, why ain't no pictures hung up on the wall? Why you ain't done nothing in this house? Why you ain't advanced our lives? Why you so worried? So that's the biggest problem that people have in relationship. Worrying about dick and pussy. We never create no business concepts. We be in relationship 5-6 years and never write down one business plan, but we going through each other's social media platform. And that's a lot to do.
Right.
Guys always want a girl with self-respect until she asks you to change your disrespectful behavior. Guys want a beautiful girl until they figure out that she also knows that she's beautiful. Guys want a smart girl until she disagrees with you. Guys want a girl with boundaries until they say, bringing up that girl during Valentine's Day dinner was not appropriate. Guys want a girl with family values until they want to say something disrespectful about my family. Then they don't like it anymore. Guys want a girl with high standards, but then step down as soon as you ask them to step up. Guys want a confident girl until they get triggered and try to humble her. Guys want a girl with high emotional intelligence, but then will fail to be emotionally mature. Guys want you to be so soft, but then don't give you an environment where you feel emotionally safe enough to be soft. Guys want a strong girl until she won't let you walk all over her. Guys have this image in their head of how they want you to be, and when they find out you're an actual human being with your own interests, thoughts, values, opinions, they're like, no, too much. Guys want a girl that's so soft, but then act like a bitch.
It's the arrogance for me. I love a man that's very confident. You toot your own horn, so I don't think I would be able to accommodate that every day. Like you tooting and then I'm trying to uplift, and it would just be a roller coaster ride like all the time.
It sounds like self-love is something that's challenging for you.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Self-love? Oh no, baby, I'm sorry.
Because if you loved yourself, then you wouldn't have any problem loving me.
Oh, I love myself a lot, and I want to be able to love someone as much as I love myself. But I feel like you love yourself so much that there wouldn't be any room for me to love you.
What? That sounded good, but it also didn't make very much sense. That's because fine. Love isn't a container. Love is something that you are. So I love myself. I've worked on myself, and I understand the tools that it takes to practice self-love. So my confidence is triggering you because it's reminding you.
I love confidence. I melt in it.
It's not about you not having self-love. When you see me shining, it reminds you that you're not shining enough.
Oh, so when I said that I melt in confidence, that kind of went over your head?
Melting in confidence is
self-love, confidence, all that in my man is very important to me, because I don't want to date a man that does not love himself, because then he won't love me as much.
I would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as The Truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend. Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
In this hole, turn me up, I'm trying to fuck, point me to a slut. What that nigga tough, he out of luck, for them gave him up. She got some buns, make me come, this bitch finna run. I got a thumb, she can't take it, bitch. Then
if you're planning on going to any of the singles events that I shared, you're going to want to be wary of this. Some men will try to mark their territory on you as soon as they start talking to you at the event. And by mark their territory, I mean they're going to like come up to you, usually buy you a drink. The ones that are really trying to like stake their claim, they will buy you a drink, which then will compel you to be talking to them for a significant period of time. And then they just stick by your side, right? Talking your ear off. They're trying to engage your friends, or if you were smart enough to separate from your friends when you started to make the connection with this guy, they're just talking to you and they are not letting up. But you're looking around the party and you're seeing other guys that you kind of want to connect with, and they're checking you out too, but they don't think that they can approach you because this guy has been taking all of your time. Here's how you're going to get away from that scenario. First tip, go to the bathroom. Always good. Men can't go into the bathroom. You're like, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Stay in there like a little bit too long so that hopefully by the time you come out, he's not like waiting outside the bathroom for you, right? And then when you leave the bathroom, make sure you go to like the totally opposite area of the party that you were before, or the opposite of wherever you see him. Like try to spot him before you walk into the rest of the party, and make sure you go like opposite of wherever he is to like give yourself some space. You could also, if you really wanted to make sure that like he can't take his claim on you, go stand near one of the other guys that you saw checking you out while you were at this event, for one of the reasons why you wanted to get away from him. And if you stand close enough to one of these men, and they're like, you know, they really know what they're doing, they will start talking to you and they will approach you. And then you'll be talking to another guy. And by then you will have easily diverted the guy who's trying to mark his territory on you and won't leave you alone. The next thing you're going to want to avoid is the girlfriend who doesn't want to leave you alone when a guy approaches you. Be wary of that friend. For one, make sure that you are not that friend. If your friend starts talking to a dude, walk away, give her the space. You're going to be fine. And if your friend is doing that to you, you're going to have to tell them. Like there's no like cute or funny way to get out of it when it's like your friend doing it. You're just going to have to be like, yo, I'm actually vibing with this guy. Or the other thing, if you're not actually vibing with them, that's the other thing that you need to have a signal with one of your girlfriends. Me and all my girlfriends, since we were like 15, if we are ready to leave the conversation, we always say, oh, look, a butterfly. And that's something that's like generic enough that it really could be happening. But probably if you're at an inside place, it's probably definitely not a butterfly, but it's a code word so that people know that it's time to get out of here, wrap up your conversation, and we're ready to go. That you can also use that code word if you need saving. If you need saving from a guy that's hitting on you, definitely use one of these code words so that you know how to get out of the conversation when it is time. And if you're looking for a singles event to go to in LA for Valentine's Day, make sure you check out all my other videos because I shared them there.
Why would I want a dominant woman when I'm the dominant one?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you think you're the prize?
I know I'm the prize.
You're the prize to the men you don't want.
Okay.
When you get a man that you actually want, please believe me, we're the prize.
Okay. Your name and age and why you ended up popping.
Come with me to throw our biggest singles event yet in Chicago with Thursday the Dating app. This one was in the West Loop, and it was our first West Loop event. We hosted it at the Puttery, where they have the cutest little second story bar. They started us off with some Jell-O shots to get the night going, and then we had a little over 125 people show up, and I think everyone had a great time. If you want to come to our next one, it's tomorrow in River North, and tickets are available in the app.
We're always saying, where are the good men at? Man, where are the good women at? Where the hell are the good women at?
Every time we hear a big alpha man complain about how there's no good women, we're actually hearing him tell on himself about his lack of masculinity. When a man steps up and puts the work in, he naturally attracts good women. Women feel safe to be around him, and he has the opportunity to catch the woman of his dreams. One of my favorite videos on the internet is a loving husband saying that he had to earn the love of his wife and earn her femininity. It is on men to earn the goodness of a woman. You don't just pick up a woman at an adoption center like she's a pet and say, oh, you better be a good woman. It is on a man to earn that. Men used to jump through hoops to even be in the presence of a woman. Even a lot of our own grandfathers went through unimaginable lengths to get the affection and attention of our grandmothers. But now, women are supposed to settle for men who make TikTok videos slamming them in their womanhood and having the audacity to say there's no good women. No, sir, they're just out in the world avoiding men like you and waiting on real men who put the work in to earn them.
Single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again. They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
Bitches
It's so weird to me. Like, sometimes, a majority of the time, I don't see a lot of black men. I think this is weird, especially like when I'm going to school. Like when I was getting my degree in like my art degree, a black man. It was maybe 2 other ones, but they were in different, like, you know, they were older than me. When I got my master's, it was 1 guy that was there. So imagine this being my dating pool. And even with work, the only black men I see are way older than me. And it's only like 1. And when women said, like, the more degrees you get as a black woman, the spaces you occupy, you're going to see less black men. And I thought y'all were tripping. And it's not like I'm in a place that is like not popping. It's Chicago. You're telling me Chi-Town? Like, oh, he got his bachelor's, he got his master's, he's working a corporate job. I'm talking about those type of men. I don't see that. Y'all tell me. Y'all just think it's corny, right? That's why, right? Like, cause where y'all at? Because I want to be motivated. You know what I'm saying? I want to, every single time I see, you know what? I see him got himself together. I see that brother walking. I might just risk it all today. I can't say that. I'm trying to see where the eye candy is at. You know, I'm trying to see him have a nice cut with the waves. You know what I'm saying? Looking nice, business, casual, with some cologne on. Had me rethinking my life. Where are y'all at? I know y'all exist. Where are y'all? I'm scared to get my PhD because if I swear to you, I step on that campus, I've already looked at the data sets of all the schools that I applied to. Ain't a lot of this. Ain't a lot of this nowhere. It's about to be our month, and I'm thinking to myself, girl, this is it. I ain't gonna see it. I'm just gonna eat my Burger King, call it a day.
Fuck with broke men. I break out in halves, you know.
I personally think dating apps should only be for people who actually want to date. Get off if you don't want to date. I feel like Tinder is kind of known as the hookup app, so okay, sure, you can go on there, but get off Hinge. Hinge is for dating. Don't go on there if you just want to hook up or find someone to Snapchat back and forth with. Get off. Respectfully. Or someone says that they're looking for a long-term relationship, but then they either literally don't respond when you're like trying to get to know them or plan a date, or they ask for your Snapchat. A grown-ass man should not be asking for my Snapchat. I love finding Michael, 27, unemployed, who's looking for short-term fun. Like, respectfully, Michael, respectfully. I think you're a little too old for that. Like, why would you not want a relationship? And he lives in his mom's basement, and he doesn't have a car either, so you have to pick him up, and then unfortunately on the date he's going to have forgotten his wallet. But just short-term fun, not looking for a relationship. No.
There are the girls that are just super laid back and chill and not extremely high maintenance.
Where are the men that actually brush their teeth in the morning? Brush their teeth at all? Where are the men that take showers, brush their hair, shave regularly? Where are the men that are educated and employed? Where are the men that actually make the first move and they actually want to take you out on a nice date? Where are the men that don't stand up girls on dates? Where are the men that actually pay for the first date? Where did they go?
Dating in Thailand. Let's discuss.
I want to do a quick little spiel about dating in Thailand. And I wanted to ask this question. What does it mean when men who have the license to love you chooses not to. Hear me out. Living in Asia, dating for Black women feels almost non-existent. You're usually mostly fetishized in my experience. Per the stories I've heard, I'm not actively been dating out here. But the reality is you're living in Asia, and with most Eastern cultures outside of the West, outside of the US, Canada, a lot of these people date based on family connections and stuff, or family preferences. And so there seems to me in my mind like a barrier to being able to date whoever you're attracted to and connect with. And so like my experience when it comes to seeing Black men here is that although they have the license to, they generally are not interested in you. So what does it mean when the men who have no barrier to love don't pick you? Pretty dark stuff, I know, but it was just kind of like, I had a thought yesterday a little bit, and then this morning was really hard hitting. Like, what does that mean when the men who have the freedom to love you don't? That's sad. And I feel like that's kind of the state of dating, like within your race, is that the Black men who come here looking for Asian girls. And I mean, why would you come to Asia looking for Black girls? It's an Asian country, but I mean, like, it just feels weird. But that's the thing. So, what do you guys think?
I've got a new question for you guys. Why do you think guys no longer want to get married?
Ooh, I don't think we're ready for that conversation. See, I've been happily married for about 8 years. Actually, we've been married that long, we've never even had a fight. I am a huge advocate for marriage. But here's the problem. There's a lot of reasons why people aren't getting married nowadays. And it's not just because men don't want to get married. One, we have devalued marriage. When everyone thinks they have to move in together, date somebody for 6 years, and do all these different things before you even might consider marrying somebody, you have devalued marriage. Basically, let me take it out for a test drive before I make a commitment. So let me live with you for a while before I even make a decision. Well, then you have all the benefits of being married, living together, without the actual covenant, without the actual promise with each other. Two, when it comes to divorces or things that might happen, the risk of being married, oftentimes the courts side with a woman when it comes to child custody and things like that. Now, granted, nowadays it seems like they're getting a little bit better about shared custody, but generally speaking, it doesn't go in the man's favor. Three, we tell people all the time now that they shouldn't get married early in life. You're 20 years old, 22, you're too early to get married. Live your life and enjoy it. Which implies that you won't enjoy life afterwards if you get married. So a lot of people live until they're about 30 or whatever, and single or just dating casually, might have some kids with some people, and they go, well, life's been pretty good up to this point, why get married? Because we really have become more career focused than family focused now. We have also become very self-focused as a selfish culture. Do what makes you happy. Not realizing that if you get in a marriage, you are committed to somebody else. And when you are committed to somebody else, you serve that other person selflessly. And actually, in a way, that actually becomes more fulfilling than if you weren't and you're only living for yourself. So the culture just keeps doing this, and we keep promulgating it. And again, if you want people to get married, men, you have to value women more than just for someone to have fun with and hook up with or whatever. Women, if you want men to value you in marriage, then don't give up all the stuff that a man is supposed to earn in marriage. Sex, living with you, all the benefits of living and doing the thing together. Those are valuable. I know this is unpopular nowadays. I know this is extremely unpopular nowadays. But that's the reality. There's a reason why in the golden age of America, essentially, you have couples that were married at an extremely early age and were married for 60 plus years. Nowadays, marriages end in only a few, and that's because we don't value each other, we don't value marriage, and we're not telling people to live selflessly. So I think there's a lot of reasons for it, but I think those are some of the big ones. We have devalued marriage, and therefore we have devalued men and women.